pleasure to welcome Tavius Robinson, newest draft pick of the Raven. Tavius, thank you for joining us today. And we have a few media members here who will have some questions for you. As a reminder to the media corps, please use the raise hand function on the Zoom, and I will call on you. Without further ado, why don't we get it started here with Garrett Downing.
Tavius, congratulations. Just to start things off here, take me through the emotions. Did you feel like this was a spot you could land, and how did you react to the news?
Yeah, definitely. When I got the call and I saw it was Baltimore, I was excited right away to be part of such a great program, and I'm excited to get there and start working and do everything I can to help win Super Bowls in Baltimore. So yeah, it was a great moment. I'm excited that I'm going to such a great program for sure.
Ryan Mink.
Yeah, Tavius, can you walk me through your background a little bit? I know coming from Canada, I read that you kind of aspired to go enter the CFL, and then the pandemic kind of changed your mind. Can you walk me through the story of how you ended up landing at Ole Miss and pursuing an NFL career now?
Yeah, so I played 2 years of university football up here in Canada. And then when COVID happened, everything got shut down here. Football got canceled. And then at that point, I was sending out my tape everywhere, trying to get a school in the States. And then Ole Miss was one of my first SEC offers. So that's how I ended up at Ole Miss. And then had 3 years there, and now I'm here. So, yeah.
Luke Jones.
Tavius, congratulations. Who are some players you've tried to model your game after as you've prepared for this NFL career?
Max Crosby is someone who I watch a ton because he has a relentless motor. So that's one thing I watched him throughout the season. That's kind of what I try to model my game off of is never giving up on plays, playing with a relentless motor. And then on top of that, like, he has great pass rush moves, is a great run defender. So, but the motor part is one thing that I try to take from his game 100%. So.
Childs Walker.
Yeah, hey Tavius, congratulations. We hear from everybody that you were really coming on sort of at the end of your college career. I mean, in your mind, where did you improve the most, and then where do you still think you have the most room to grow?
Yeah, I think the most I just improved that the game started to slow down for me, and the more I learned from my coaches, the better I got, and the more confident I felt out there. I became a better power rusher this year, better stopping the run, and I just feel like I still have so much more room to grow. And I'm a sponge. I like to be coached, and I like to become as best as I can at this game. So I think there's a lot of room to grow for sure.
We'll go to Cordell Woodland.
Hey, Tavius, congratulations. A lot of forced fumbles for you. When did it become an emphasis for you to start really going after the football?
Really from the start of the season. Like, that's something that our D-line coach preaches because turnovers can win games. The turnover margin, whoever you got to take, like, the ball wins games. So whenever you get a shot to take that ball out, it's what you got to do. So a sack isn't enough if you got to get the strip sack. So that's kind of my mentality with it. So
we'll go to Jeff Zaribek.
Tavius, how much interaction did you have in the Ravens in the pre-draft process, and what was kind of the extent of that?
Yeah, we had talked a little bit at the Combine and the Senior Bowl. I remember that. And so I knew that they were on my radar. I didn't know 100% if it was going to end up, but, when I got that call from Baltimore again, I was ecstatic and just excited to be coming to such a great program. So, yeah.
Going to Schaefer.
Hey, Tavius, congratulations. 2 questions for you, I guess. Have you talked that much with the Ravens about what kind of role in the defense you would have? And then also just looking at your bio, I saw that you used to work at 1-800-GOT-JUNK before you got the college offer. What was that experience like for you? And I guess, have you thought at all about just how far you've come since you made your break into college football?
Yeah. So with that story, right before, like, when football had got canceled here in Canada, because here in Canada we don't get full scholarships. Like, you got to work to pay for your school for the upcoming year. So before I had got any offers, I had applied for that job, got that job, and was like just getting ready to start working to make enough money to go to university the upcoming year. But at the same time, I was sending out my tape, but I didn't know if anything was going to come from it. But then I got the Ole Miss offer, and then, yeah, I think I was like scheduled to go in for work, and then I got the Ole Miss offer like 2 days before, and then I quit and then was on a plane to Ole Miss like the next day. So, yeah.
And your role in the defense, if you know that?
Yeah, we're going to get into that pretty soon here, but yeah, I'm just excited to be a part of Baltimore for sure.
We'll go to Dan Ralph, who's joining us from Canada as well.
Sorry, you're just on mute there.
Dan, you're muted.
Me and technology. Tavius, congratulations. Wanted to ask you two things. First of all, you are the fourth Canadian to go. And you and I both know that ties the record for most. And what your thoughts are about the amount of Canadians that we're seeing going into the NFL draft in the last 4 or 5 years, and what that significance is for you.
Yeah, it's so significant to me because at the end of the day, there's so many great players up here who, in my mind, if they were in D1 schools, they would be in the same position. But it's hard to get that opportunity from Canada. So it's great to see, and I think it will continue to open up more opportunities for Canadian kids, which they deserve because there's so much talent up here. And once that talent really gets tapped into, I mean, I think the numbers are just going to rise and rise every year. So it's great.
We talked that your uncle has a pro pedigree, but you're the first Guelph player ever to be drafted into the National Football League. Any significance to that in your mind?
Definitely. Again, like it's to show all the kids back home, all the kids up here around in Canada that it's possible with hard work and dedication, and just it's important. It's important that the kids know that. So I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity and happy that the kids can look up to me for sure.
Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Ryan Mink.
It's Tavius. I'm just wondering, how much did you play as a DN, kind of hand in the dirt guy at Ole Miss, and how comfortable do you feel on your feet on the edge?
Yeah, so my first year at Ole Miss, well, my 2 years at Canada, my first year at Ole Miss, I was a stand-up DN, and then the past 2 years I've been hand in the dirt. So I'm comfortable, very comfortable with both. So yeah, it's good with both for sure.
Jonas Schaefer. Jonas, are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Kevin Richardson.
Yes. Hey, I want to ask you about, you seem like you're on every academic honor roll there is in college. Where does that drive come from? How does that help you as an athlete?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a pro mindset. Like everything you do, you got to do it at the highest level. So, to play football, you got to have a good enough grades to be on the team. So that's just something that I do. And I've always been good at school. So, I mean, it's just something that I do to make sure that I'm good to play football. So I take everything at the highest level, basically. So.
And Ryan, did you have one more question? You're good? All right. Well, Tavius, congratulations again. We all look forward to meeting you here in Baltimore in person. And thank you to everybody for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.